Good afternoon, everybody. I am sitting here today in Nashville, Tennessee, and today I'm going to talk about just the migration that we've seen around the country. For sure, being a person that's living in Arizona. We've been one of the booming metro areas through the last year and a half or so. It was happening before COVID. It's absolutely accelerated since then. And today I'm here in Nashville visiting some people that I care dearly about that moved here from California. And it just got me thinking, what is causing this migration? For sure, COVID has something to do with it. I think it accelerated the process of some people leaving. But as I've thought about the last couple of days walking around Nashville, I'm looking out the window of my hotel right now, and I counted 11, just that I can see, there's 11 construction cranes out there. The city is absolutely booming. It's being mirrored by some other places that we've seen in Texas and Florida, for sure in Arizona, and other places around the country. And it got me thinking, okay, well, what's really going on here? COVID obviously might have been the final straw for some people, but what's happening with this migration? And I've come up with two things. First, the one thing I've always said in some previous messages that I've delivered is capital flows where it is treated best. And the states that people tend to be moving into are places that are friendlier from a business standpoint, for sure, friendlier from a tax standpoint, for sure. But that's not the only reason. In conversations I had last night with my friends that had moved out here, economics were a big part of it. They're very entrepreneurial people. They'd run a business in California for several years. They're generationally from California. And what caused them ultimately to leave was looking at future business opportunities. They felt in this case that Nashville was the better place. You've got no income tax here. You've got property taxes that are a fraction of what they are in California, and a regulatory environment that's a lot friendlier to new business. And that's why they came. But digging deeper, it was more than that. And so I had said before, the capital goes where it's treated best. People also go where they're treated best. And that's doing business with a company. It's in relationships. It's everywhere. But you're seeing it now on a big scale here in terms of what people are doing and the decisions they're making for their family when they're leaving states. And one of the things that was shared with me last night is they lived in a very good, affluent area of California, but they were finding hypodermic needles in their grocery carts when they were heading out to get groceries for the week. The beautiful nature walk that was near their house, that where 5 or 6 years ago they could have safely and comfortably gone for a run, has now become a very dangerous place with different encampments and everything else. They've got younger kids and said, you know what, we don't want to live like this anymore. And I think that's being echoed by a lot of people. So what does this mean in terms of the economy and investing? Because I do tend to circle it all back to finances and money and everything else. But I look at the economy of the United States, for sure, looking at individual state economies. I feel very, very fortunate that right now my business is in the state of Arizona. I moved to Arizona in 2007 from New York City for some of the same reasons. And it wasn't necessarily that I felt that New York was a wonderful city, and I loved every minute of the 10 years that I spent there. But as I got a little bit older, I thought, what am I really paying for here? What am I paying 13+% to both the state and the city in terms of taxes for? Do I want to raise a family? At the time I wasn't married. Do I want to raise a family where I don't have a yard to go out, or where the expense and the cost of living prohibits us from maybe doing some other things we want to do? And so for me, it was primarily an economic driver, because I absolutely loved New York when I lived there. And now that I've gotten to Arizona and feel the sense of freedom and openness that I feel in the state of Arizona, that's basically confirmed that I made the right decision. But I do think, from an economic standpoint, I guess what I'm saying is this, is for those of us in states that are having this big influx of people that are coming in, it's absolutely a boom for the economy, for sure. I think it's generally everything that's happened in Arizona, I think it's incredibly exciting, and it's good for the state. And I think that ultimately, though, we just need to remember, let's not kill the golden goose. Let's not undo a lot of the things that have caused some of the states where people are migrating to be such wonderful places to live, such fantastic places to do business, such great places, quite frankly, to raise a family. Let's make sure that we continue, quite frankly, to treat our dollars well in these states, and also to treat our citizenry well, and not treat them with an overly heavy hand, or with costs and expenses that really prohibit the ability to actualize yourself and live in your life in many other ways. And so that's just kind of an interesting thought. If this has triggered any thoughts for you in terms of what I mean by that, give me a call. I'd love to talk about it. But when I get to a place here like Nashville, looking out for me as a very entrepreneurial, capitalistic person, seeing these construction cranes, seeing the activity in the streets. I feel the same way in Arizona, by the way, and I was down in Florida in May, same thing. Seeing people excited about the future and really making plans for the future and looking at very dynamic ways to improve the lives of themselves for sure, but also people around them, and creating and building new things. It just gets me excited. So this has been a wonderful trip to Nashville. I wish my friends here that have made this trip from California, obviously the greatest of success in the future, which I know they will have. But yeah, if anyone has any questions about my thoughts or disagree with me, let me know. But thanks again for watching. Bye.